Yo, it's me, Fernza. Welcome to part 3 of I Made a Mini VR Map series. In this part, I'll be showing you guys seasons 5 to 6 with of course some in-depth details and more. And for those of you who may be new or would like a quick summary, Paradox Royale is a 24-player mini-battle royale map made within Fortnite Creative 1.0, being released back in May of 2023. The thing that makes Paradox Royale special is that it has classes, or as we call them, agents. If you would like to check out the map yourself, the code to the map will be down in the description. Other than that, let's get into the video. Welcome to Paradox Season 6, High Stakes. This season revolves around Relic and the Infinite he stole from Order X from the previous season to build a machine which didn't go so well. With that aside, let's talk about Spawn Island. If you couldn't tell, Spawn Island looks a little festive. This is because of the last update that came out to this season, which was the Frosty Frenzy event. Other than that, Spawn Island got some HEIST-like theme added to it with gold, valuables, and computers sitting around. Other than that, there's pretty much no other changes. So let's go on to the first location. Welcome to Cold Condos. This is the first of the other big new locations. This location is also one of 2 locations that contain guards, vaults, and a mythic. This location was also mostly made by my friend Eddie. I mostly added the mechanics and the vault section. This location also has lasers that damage players upon touching, but don't worry, they don't do too much. Another thing about this location is that it was inspired by Relentless Retreat with its interior. Other than that, this location is just a simple, luxurious place, so let's check out the vault. Usually there are guards down here, but I guess they died to the lasers, which happens sometimes. Anyways, the vaults in the new locations act pretty much like the ones from Fortnite Last Resort. The mythics in the cases are randomized, and no, the guns chosen don't have any story or context. With that, that's pretty much it for Cold Condos, so let's get into the next location. Welcome to Snowy Suburbs, the newest location added to Paradox. As you could tell, this location was this Christmas's big attraction. This location is big, replacing all of where Sunny Suburbs used to stand, and its biome. Every inch of this location is decorated to the brim with festive props and Christmas trees. This location also has a couple presents scattered around it with chests in them for loot. A lot of the houses in this location take inspiration from nostalgic like Christmases to make it feel more warm and welcoming. We really tried on this location to make it the best holiday location, and I think it deserves its spot for how beautiful it looks. Anyways, there's not really much to talk about for this location since it's just a nice festive location. So with that, let's get into the next location. Welcome to Tropical Towers. Now, nothing here has changed basically, besides the festive stuff. However, there is a new building that got added this season that has a vault. This is the bank. As you're about to see, this place is a guarded building containing a vault, mini-boss, and keycard. As you can also tell, the bank is also festive for the holidays. Upon killing the mini-boss, you are granted a keycard, just like the other vault locations. However, this vault is a little different. This vault doesn't contain any mythic. Instead, this vault contains lots of gold. This gold can be really helpful with the new shadow market that lets you buy mythics and exotics. That will be all for this little honorable mention, so let's get into the next location. Welcome to Relics Resort. The biggest villain Paradox has so far's location. As you can tell, this location is inspired by Eclipse Estate. What you might not be able to tell is that the shape is inspired by the Citadel. This location is the most guarded yet with it also having the most rewarding loot. This location also has a room that is a little more special than the cold condos version. This location's security room allows you to turn off the lasers. This is because the lasers actually fully block you from entering the vault room. There isn't much to talk about since this place looks almost like cold condos, but better, so let's go fight the boss. Looks like he's stuck, which is perfect. Crap. Gotta be careful cause he can one-shot headshot you, which would be embarrassing. There we go. Now let's go to the vault. We're here. This room isn't the vault room, by the way. It is just a decoy. However, it does have these invisibility gauntlets and OG heavy shotgun. Let's go down to the actual vault now. If you may have noticed, all the vaults are also decorated for the holidays. As you may tell, this vault is a little bigger, making it more decorated. This vault also has a few little secrets, like one of Ageless's guard's shields, a rift to go, and one of the shields that was in Ageless's secret bunker. And with that, Season 5 Paradox is all done. So with that, let's go to... seems I've forgotten. Welcome to Paradox Season 6. In this season, the island has begun to forget itself due to the events that happened during Operation Infiltration. I will not be going over what happened in the event, however, you can go watch it for yourself, so I'll leave the link in the description. As you can tell, this season isn't also just about forgetting, but also about glitches and remixes. For Spawn Island, you can see that many parts of it have been remixed to different themes like Vikings, Wild West, and Submerged. Here you can also find the new returning classes, which brings back old classic classes that players may have liked. A couple of these classes, however, have been modified to make it a little more balanced and to fix some issues it would have caused with the new cycling loot pool feature. And with that, I think that's all for Spawn Island, so let's get into our first location of this season. Welcome to Tropical Town. As you can tell, this location was heavily inspired by Tilted Town from Fortnite Season X. This location also is fully custom, being fully made by hand rather than prefabs. A lot of the buildings that used to stand here have been replaced by their older Western look. Although this location looks a little complicated, it really isn't. Because of this, there isn't much to talk about. So instead, we'll be getting into the next location. However, if you would like to check this place out, remember that the code to the map is in the description. Other than that, let's get into the next location. Welcome back to Fishy Films. If you remember, this location is from Paradox Submerged. This time it can be found between Tropical Town and Snowy Suburbs. This location wasn't only brought back the same and instead has a more remastered look. Fishy Films was also renamed to Fried Films due to the giant fish balloon crashed into the projector screen. You also may notice that there isn't any civilization here. This is because of the forgetting theme of the season, so I decided to make it look like the player forgot this map even ever had any. Anyways, that's pretty much it for Fried Films, so let's get into the next location. Welcome back to Snowy Suburbs, or now known as Viking Valley. Oops, guess I forgot one. Anyways, Snowy Suburbs has now been remixed into a mix between a Viking village and normal suburbs. Also, this location isn't very festive anymore, with having all its Christmas props removed. This location is also inspired from the mix Fortnite had with Snobby Shores and the Vikings. Personally, I really like how these orange trees mix into this location, and I think it makes it look a lot better. Other than that, I think that will be all for this location, since it doesn't really have anything left to explain, so let's get into our next location. Welcome to the... This place doesn't have a name. Welcome to this place, I guess. Anyways, this is the aftermath of the event. This is where the Collider's remains lay. The collider is also the reason why the island is forgetting itself. This is because although it was destroyed, the effects it caused weren't stopped but instead slowed down. This is why, although Order X won, they still lost at the same time. Anyways, besides the lore stuff, you can tell that this location was inspired by where the 0 Point used to stay in Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 5. I also took some slight inspiration from some of the concept art they had for Chapter 2 Season 5. Other than that stuff, this location is simply just a special crater. So with that, let's get into our next location. Welcome to Remixed Bridges. This location is one of the 2 locations with part of it deteriorating and being forgotten currently. Half the building has already been forgotten and the other half is expected to leave soon too. In this location, there is also a mini backrooms reference to represent how this season was originally supposed to go, which was a more liminal route. This location also has returning parts of old locations that stood here. This is the haunted house from Fright Forest, originally being introduced during Infinite. So far, everything that is returning has also been remakes and not the actual thing. Besides that, the building looks almost spot on to the original, but half of it, including its basement, is gone. This tower is the guard tower from Fortress Forest, being introduced back in Mystical. This version of it, however, is a lot more detailed due to the small space it has. Other than that, it is basically spot on. And with that, I think that will be all for this location, so let's get into the final location. Welcome back to Paradox Plaza, or at least last I remember is where it was. Anyways, as you can tell, this location is very dark and moody. This is because this location is the fastest one deteriorating and being forgotten. In this version of Paradox Plaza, you can find that many things are missing or not as they used to be. One of the first things you might notice is the fact that the Wichtenald's building has lost all its color. You can also see that the Minty supermarket here is now bright red inside and has no answer to the cause of this. One of the other weird things in this location you may notice is how some of the cars parked are resized or in ways they're not supposed to be. You can also find that the Joel's bar that used to be here has already been completely forgotten. You can also find this house full with old TVs displaying nothing. Right next to it is also a house, but now with rooms being angled differently than before. Behind these houses, you can also find the old hut watch point of interest, which currently is about to be forgotten to the looks of it. And finally, the house next to the church also seems to have had all its furniture replaced by paintings of an eye. And with that, I think that will be all for Paradox Season 6. I also think that wraps up the video. I want to thank you guys again for helping me reach 300 subscribers. Expect big things this year and many more in the future. So with that, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.